破壊。
Episode 25, The True Power of Goku and Vegeta. In Universe 7 is the home planet of the evil Saiyans, named Planet Cumber, whose king terrifies even the supreme god of the multiverse. At the center of this planet is the king's castle, and in the main hall of this castle, Goku faces the Majesty. Cumber, the God Slayer, is seated on his throne, while old Goku stands before him. Cumber rises and says, "Well, you've dealt with my bodyguards and reached me, so allow the great Cumber to grant you an audience." Cumber propels his own body toward Goku. The King of Saiyans comes with a punch, and Goku responds with a punch too. The impact of the fists of the two Saiyans causes a massive shockwave that simply shatters the great castle of King Cumber, sending the fortified structure flying into pieces through the air. In the center of the castle debris, Goku and Cumber remain with their fists in shock, neither retreating nor advancing an inch. "Cumber, you've caused great terror in this universe and others. Today your reign of terror will come to an end," Goku vows. "Let's see," Cumber responds. Vegeta has just noticed someone approaching him. This someone is a completely bizarre being with 4 arms, long hair, and wearing the attire of a god of destruction. This being exudes an extremely dense aura of destruction, and his power is utterly terrifying. What's this now? Vegeta wonders, simultaneously surprised by this sudden appearance and frightened by the sinister power this guy is showing. Vegeta knows all the gods of destruction, but has never heard of this guy, and wonders where this peculiar creature came from. The mysterious man stares at him with a murderous look. He smiles in a morbid way, making Vegeta realize that his bloodlust is unbelievable. While facing this opponent, he thinks, "I thought Cumber seemed like a crazy killer, but this guy's bloodlust is even greater, and the energy he emanates is so chaotic and destructive that I've never seen it, even among the gods of destruction." The enemy advances in a sudden attack. Vegeta sees the attack coming but simply can't react. He thinks about retreating, but the man grabs his arm to prevent a retreat, and then delivers an extremely powerful punch to Vegeta's chest. That punch is so strong that it generates an absolutely monstrous impact wave that simply cracks the walls of reality. Internally injured by the impact of that blow, Vegeta begins to bleed. Blood comes out of his nose, mouth, eyes, and ears all at once. How is this possible? This guy's strength is absolutely monstrous. The Saiyan god of destruction thinks, completely shocked. But now that Vegeta has received a blow from this guy, he has managed to feel his energy a little better and recognizes him. It can't be, he thinks. In the palace of the Almighty, Daishinkan tells Zeno who this mysterious creature is. This is Iwan. The Grand Minister says, "Iwan, the god of destruction of Universe 1? Zeno asks, completely surprised and confused. Daishinkan confirms and says that, in fact, this is Iwan's original appearance, a form that has not been shown for millions of years, a form that he simply hid from everyone all this time because he despises it. "Lord Zeno, do you remember how the idea of creating the gods of destruction came about?" Daishinkan asks. Zeno says no, as it has been a long time since that happened. Daishinkan recalls the entire story for Zeno, reminding him that initially the universes were complete chaos, as everything was very new, and there was no divine hierarchy to maintain balance. Among all the universes, the worst was undoubtedly Universe 1, completely consumed by wars and violence. It was an imbalanced universe where terror and chaos reigned. In this universe, a warrior was born, who was as powerful as he was crazy. Driven by madness and the trauma of war, he went mad and decided to destroy all sources of war in his universe. Where there was war and chaos, this man was there to eliminate the instigators of disorder. His desire to destroy these chaos-causing was so intense that he unconsciously developed a technique that obliterated his targets without a trace. This technique was later called Hakai. But this madness had an effect, as over the years with the destruction of chaos instigators, Universe 1 became safe, and transformed from the most chaotic among the universes to the most balanced. Daishinkan had the idea to make Iwan a god of Universe 1, a deity whose role was to destroy anything that disturbed the balance of the universe. However, as he was an untamed beast, it took a lot of work to help him control himself and his powers, and an angel was assigned to serve as a tutor. After all the destruction Iwan caused, it was necessary to create new things, or else Universe 1 would be a vast emptiness. Thus, the idea of creating a god of destruction, the Supreme Kai, emerged. This experiment worked well in Universe 1, so they decided to do the same in other universes, giving rise to the gods of destruction, Supreme Kais, and angel tutors. It was all thanks to Iwan, the first god of destruction. Vegeta flies towards Iwan and lands a punch in his chest, but Vegeta's hand hurts much more than Iwan's chest. Iwan retaliates with a low side punch that crushes Vegeta's ribs, causing him to scream as he recoils, feeling his bones being crushed inside his body. Seeing no effect from physical attacks, Vegeta resorts to energy attacks, launching a point-blank power wave that hits Iwan directly. But he remains motionless, acting as if the attack is nothing. Seeing his indifference to his attacks, Vegeta is completely astonished. While watching in amazement at what is happening, Zeno tells Daishinkan that he still doesn't quite understand why Iwan has two such different appearances. Daishinkan explains that Iwan has two very distinct personalities. Internally, he was a great pacifist, someone who, born in such a chaotic universe and having suffered greatly for it, desired peace and tranquility above all else. However, his desire for peace drove him mad, and he began to seek this peace by destroying all the chaos he saw. To do this, he had to surrender to another side of his personality, a dark and brutal side. In simple terms, there were two Iwans, the peaceful Iwan who values peace and tranquility, and the demonic Iwan who destroys without any mercy everything he considers against peace. When Iwan became a god of destruction, the prevailing side was his beastly side, but with the help of his angel tutor, he managed to bring out his good side, which remained in control all these years. However, after being defeated by Vegeta, Iwan unconsciously must have understood that his good side would not be strong enough to deal with this evil, so his bestial side returned to control. Zeno argues that Vegeta is not the bad side of the story since he's fighting against Cumber, who is causing the chaos. It is Iwan who is on the wrong side and dominated by the energy of chaos. Daishinkan says that this is true, but explains that obviously Iwan is not aware of what is happening, and his mind is completely warped. In his mind, Vegeta is the evil that must be fought, not him. After creating a huge globe formed by the energy of destruction, Vegeta launches this power against Iwan, who, while advancing towards him, points one of his hands and explodes this globe with his Hakai, and then reaches Vegeta with a very powerful punch in the abdomen, simply penetrating the Saiyan's body with his hand. In a desperate act, Vegeta reacts by opening his mouth to launch a wave of energy point blank at Iwan's face, but he behaves as if it were nothing and simply covers Vegeta's mouth with one of his hands, and with one squeeze breaks his jaw. Zeno tells Daishinkan that he had said that Beerus was the strongest among the gods of destruction, but the power that Iwan is displaying now is even greater than Beerus's. Much greater, in fact. Daishinkan corrects Zeno, saying that he never claimed Beerus was the strongest among the gods. In reality, Beerus believed to be the strongest, and other gods believed that too, such as Quaitela, who always competed against him for the title of strongest. But the truth is that all this time, none of them even came close to Iwan, who kept his real power hidden away. Iwan never cared to be recognized as the strongest among the gods, as he always repudiated the evil side present in his body. In summary, the one Vegeta is facing now is the first god of destruction, and also the most powerful Hakaishin of all time.